Okay, so for today, what I want to do is a little bit of shameless self-promotion. But actually, I wanted to just provide some updates for this open source POC, which is kind of turned into a project. I made a lot of updates since I first posted about 11 months ago, almost a year ago now, about this OurNoteOrganizer, sort of a Dockerized application, which allows for note taking and group collaboration. So just wanted to do an update because I've added a few new features and kind of changed the workflow a little bit. So in our note organizer, what it is you're able to create posts. In each post, you can be like kind of like a note or something, and we can just say, I don't know, maybe we're gonna make a post about surfing or something, and we can have groups. We can have different kinds of groups, and I'll show how groups are created and selected in just a minute. But this is one of the areas that has really changed since the first release. Again, you can like highlight, or you can create like different colors. Now the color picker can look different depending on like your browser type, and generally kind of like color might work a little better. You can also put in like a picture, so you can have like, say we're gonna add this picture, and we can type as much text as we want. This text editor is pulled in from a project called TinyMCE. It's a really cool project, and again, I spoke about it on my last video. But you can essentially like make a bunch of text. We can even do something more long form. I just get some dummy text from lorem ipsum. So we can get a little bit more. So generate. Say we have something like this, okay? So what this does, once it's submitted, the post goes up, and then it goes over here in our overview. And then each of the overview tokens applies like the background color. If you click view, you can view some more information. One of the things that I've done is I made like comment section. And what happens is when you add a comment is anyone who can see the post is able to add comments, but only the author is allowed to edit the post. This is a little bit different than on first release, where anyone who was a member of the group could just like directly edit the post. In terms of the user groups, when we go over here, I've also made it so that anybody who's a member of the OurNote organizer, like this group, because this is not meant to be like a public website where everyone can register a user. It's meant to be sort of like a self-hosted on-prem like group collaboration. So anyone in like your sort of organization or that instance of OurNoteOrganizer can see what all the groups other people are in, and they can also create a group. So we can create, maybe we have the surfing group, right? And we're going to add a couple of other people to the surfing group. Then when we add it, they all get added to the group, and we can verify here, surfing group is added. Now, if you're admin, you have the ability to go in and like change things for other users. So ostensibly, you would have like maybe one or two admins hosting the project, and they would be able to go in and like change things around if a user forgets their password or something and can't log in. Users can change their password and also like change their group status if they want. So maybe they want to add themselves to a particular group, or maybe they want to take themselves out of a particular group. Right at the moment, it's open and up to the user. I've also gone through and added a help. So this is going to be a run through, and I am going to update this particular YouTube with this run through, so it's a more current and up-to-date one. Just one of the reasons I wanted to do this. Searching is still the same, so you search by the group it's in or the post name. So if we say surfing, we would get surfing because this is the title, but we would also get surfing because it's also well, it's not yet, but we can edit the post and we can update it to the surfing group. So the groups, once you create a group, then it becomes available to select, so that you can select the group when you're editing the note. And then essentially, like, what that would allow you to do is you could have multiple posts all about like a specific topic. Like maybe it's like all about surfing, or maybe you can have a bunch of posts and notes about like a specific project, or maybe a specific feature. So if you wanted to use this as like an in-house collaboration tool, then do it that way as well. And then people could group things however they want. Once the group's created, again, you can just type like surfing group. Oops, if I spell it right. And then like the notes would all come up. So if we had like a dozen or so different notes all in that particular surfing group category, then they would all come up. So let's go to the admin. So I'll just log out real quick. So in admin, now I can see this because I'm a member of this group, and I can view it. And I can be like, add a comment, submit, and then here we would be able to see the comments. I'm still thinking of like some other features. If anyone has any ideas for it, like just please leave comments in the YouTube, or you can also visit the GitHub page. So I also link it right in the document, so there's direct access. In the GitHub page, I do include a little bit more information about like the actual installation and setup. I thought that wasn't really needed for the in-app help section, but I did include it, for getting started. The easiest way is I have a Docker Compose inside the repository. So if you just run the Docker Compose up, and then you can maybe tweak some of the things, like if you need to tweak the like what the IP is, or what the root user is, like where this is being hosted. Alternatively, you could also just like take the source code, put it into an Apache web server, and then if you have like an external MongoDB, like say you're using a managed service, like say MongoDB on Linode or on AWS or wherever, it should be able to work as well. There's no preparation or like folder structure or table structure with MongoDB. Everything just goes in, and it kind of can all just work so long as the user permission has access to write to the MongoDB. So everything for the whole structure of the database, all of that just gets done like by the application itself. It's one of the reasons why I grew to really like MongoDB. It's makes for creating like these kinds of web applications really, really straightforward and easy, because you can put the entire structure and then craft the structure directly with the essentially the HTML or the PHP code, because I use PHP to connect to the MongoDB. So yeah, just a couple of really quick updates. Hopefully the structure like makes sense to people. Yeah, without further ado, and as always, thank you very much.